Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês no Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English. Hello, hey Brazilians and anyone else who may be listening. And hey Alexia, how are you doing, Alexia?
Hello,
What's up?
I'm fine. What about you?
I am doing pretty good. Can't complain.
Nice.
Yeah, doing all right. Everything good with you?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. I know you're a little bit sick. You kind of have a cold, but Alexia's a champion, so she's trying not to talk about it.
No, I was complaining to you after this, so I'm okay right now.
Yeah, you can complain privately. Okay, Alexia, today I want to talk about something that scares all of my students. Do you know what it is?
I have no idea because there are a lot of scary things in English.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I disagree, but that is a different issue. So today we are going to talk about the present perfect. So it does not
Oh
matter
my God.
if you are a beginning student or you speak perfect English. Probably, at least in my experience, all my students have problems with and want to know a lot about the present perfect.
Yes.
In both cases, it does not make sense for me. Like if you're just starting and they're like, oi, eu não falo inglês, eu falo pouco, básico, mas não entendo o presente perfeito. É tipo, pô, cara, então calma, né? And if you're very advanced, you don't need to really understand these grammatical tenses. You just need to know how to use them. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes, because if you ask
Yes,
me
it
like,
does.
que eu falei?
Yes, it makes. Very common mistake. Does that make sense? Faz sentido. In English, we say, does that make sense? And you say, yes, it does.
Sim, isso é um erro básico. Gente, eu não tô passando bem hoje, então vocês podem perceber. Mas
Agora você pode reclamar.
sim. Mas sim, se alguém me perguntar: "Alexia, como é que é o pretérito perfeito em inglês?", eu não vou saber responder. Eu sei como usar, mas eu não vou saber responder, porque eu nunca decorei regras. Eu sempre me acostumei a falar da forma correta.
Yeah, exactly. And that is what I'm going to try to teach today with just one example. Okay?
Let's go.
So, Alexia, let me ask you a question. Have you been to the US?
Yes, I have been to the US already.
Perfect. So you can say yes,
Yes,
simply.
and
But for the purpose of this exercise, we want more information. And you can say, yes, I have. And even better, you can say, yes, I have been to the US. That is the best. Okay?
and with already at the end.
Yeah, not necessary, not totally necessary, but it totally works. Okay? So let me ask you this, Alexia. Have you been to Italy?
No, I have never been to Italy.
Perfect. So same thing, you can say no, I haven't, which is have not, the contraction, haven't. And you can say no, I haven't been to Italy. Or you can say no, I've never been to Italy. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes.
Amor.
Não, eu brinquei. Yes, it does. Eu não tô bem hoje. Amor, corta essa parte, tá? Por favor.
Não, está aí, está aí.
Não, sério.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Pergunta de novo.
It's too
Eu
late.
não vou,
It's
eu
too
não
late.
vou continuar se você não perguntar de novo.
Okay, I'll cut it out. Don't worry. So, Alexia, there's also this thing that confuses Brazilians a little bit. So first, we're just talking about você já conhece lugar, né? É a mesma coisa. So many of my students say, do you know Rio? And that question for English speakers is very confusing because when you talk about knowing a place, it's like you really know a place. Like I can say, yes, I know Rio because I live there and I really know the people and the streets, that kind of thing. But it's not very common in English. So, what a normal English speaker would say is, have you been to Rio? So, all you're doing is replacing se já conhece with have you been.
What's the difference between have you been and have you ever been?
You read my mind. So, that's the next thing I was going to talk about. So, a lot of times you will hear native speakers add this extra ever. So, they will say, have you ever been to Rio? And really, there is not much of a difference. But when you say, have you ever been? You're talking about in your entire life. So, I would say something like, você já conheceu os Estados Unidos uma vez? Eu acho que uma vez seria o ever.
Alguma vez.
Alguma vez. Isso. You could say, for example, have you been to the US this year? Right?
Yes.
And in that case, you would not say, have you ever been to the US this year? Because we're talking about a specific time. But when you say ever, you're just talking about life in general.
Okay.
Does that
It
make
makes
sense?
sense. Yes.
So, Alexia, have you ever been to Canada?
No, I have never been to Canada.
And would you like to go to Canada?
Yes, I would love to go to Canada.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm trying to work out those plans right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the moral of the story here today, Alexia, the principal point that I want to express is that when you say, have you been or have you ever been, you're just talking about se já conhece lugar. Okay?
Você já conhece ou você já foi.
Yeah, exactly. So all of this crazy stuff with present perfect and like completed actions or maybe something I've done in the past is still continuing. Yes, that is part of present perfect, but if you just remember this one like example and use this example, have you been or have you ever been? And then the response, yes, I've been or no, I haven't been, then you are doing better than 95% of Brazilians, I promise.
Hum. Yes, that's correct. Eu não conheço quase nenhum dos meus amigos que consiga usar essas 2 expressões de forma correta, tipo, do jeito que eles querem falar.
É, mas é uma coisa tão fácil, né? Tão
Sim,
fácil.
é
Realmente
fácil,
é,
mas
é decorar duas frases. Só.
e na verdade você não querer traduzir do português para inglês, que é um erro que muita gente faz.
Não, é simplesmente você sabe quando você está falando sobre um lugar e se você conhece esse lugar, você vai falar have you been? Easy.
Perfeito.
Any more questions about that?
No, I'm fine.
Cool. So we will talk more about the present perfect with more examples in different episodes, but I think that is plenty. That is enough for today. What do you think?
I think that's enough, and se alguém tiver alguma dúvida, é só falar.
Perfect. Awesome. Cool. So, Alexia, I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.